I clicked record on the Sony PXW-Z90. That's a mouthful. This is a quick test of the replacement Aphex channel with the DBX 286s. The Aphex channel is here on the top and the DBX 286s on the bottom. The initial problem that I had, I'm going to switch. Right now, this is the Aphex channel audio, and this is the DBX 286 audio. What I've done is I've turned down the noise gate because the issue that I had was the noise gate was poppy on the Aphex channel. And I switched over to the Aphex channel just now. Now, if I turn the depth all the way down, we can take a look at the noise floor. It's about 55. Let's do the same thing with the DBX 286s. And let me turn down the expander gate. So let's turn down the ratio so we can measure the noise. It's at 45. And the Aphex channel was at 35. So let me turn this up a bit. Okay, 45 on the Aphex channel. .45 on the DBX 286s. Now, the next thing I'll do, I have the gate turned all the way down on the Aphex channel, and I just switched over to the Aphex channel. So you're listening to the Aphex channel audio. I like the way the audio sounds on the Aphex channel because this parametric EQ really makes a big difference. In order for me to match the Aphex channel on the DBX 286, I have to turn this up a bit and narrow it down. The next thing I'll do is I'll turn up the logic assisted gate, and what that does is that it mixes the room noise in. And so if I turn the depth up, it'll remove the room noise. So you can hear a little bit of the echo of my room because I don't have a treated room. So let me turn this down. The gate is not actually engaged. So that's the other thing, is that the audio needs to be at a certain minimum. So let me turn this over to the right. There's a plane flying by right now, so I'll just be quiet. You can hear it. So if I turn this to the right, I want to be able to at least have the minimum of the gate to be turned on. Actually, instead of turning that down, turning it up, I'll turn on the gate a bit. Okay, so the gate's engaged. All right, so I'm at a point where it's not really popping anymore. Let's do the same thing with the DBX 286s. So this is the DBX 286s audio. Let's turn on the ratio on the expander gate, which is here on the right. So I'm just turning it over to the right. It's at 2:1. It's at 5:1. And now it's all the way to the right. Let's compare that with the Aphex channel. I wanted to get some breathing in there so you can hear how the Aphex channel really reacts to that. Let's do the same thing with the DBX 286s. All right, now let's do a little sine wave test here of a 1 kilohertz tone. Take a look at the equalizer here. I'm going to put this back to flat. And right now I'm on the DBX 286s. I'll click play. And then listen to how this reacts with the gate. as I bring it closer to the microphone. Okay, so that's fairly smooth. Let's do that with the Aphex channel. Let me see if I can make the DBX 286s pop. Again with the Aphex channel. All right, let's do that with half the depth here. So it mixes some room noise in to see if we can reduce the effect. All right, so that's a test of that. There's another plane flying by. Let me see if I can reduce the room noise. And you can hear how the DBX 286, that's the jet. This is the Aphex channel. DBX. The sound on the Aphex channel is really great. If I compare it to the DBX 286s, you can see that in my previous video. But for my purposes, as I stated earlier, a noise gate is really important to me. And I just switched over to the DBX 286s. I think I need to turn this up on the DBX 286s because when I talk into the DBX, again, because planes fly by and I can't really treat for that, the noise gate's really important. Also, I share this office space with my kids, and they make a little bit of noise sometimes too. And as much as I like the Aphex channel audio processing, especially with this aural exciter piece, a little bit of the big bottom and the parametric EQ, it's not much of a difference with the DBX 286s to stay with that, because in the end, really it's the noise gate for me that is really important. So one more time with the Aphex channel and one more time with the DBX 286s. You can tell the noise gate is a lot smoother. With the Aphex channel, there's a little bit of noise or self noise. And I also have to have a Cloudlifter attached to it too. That's another con, as I stated in my previous video. Just one more thing I have to add to the noise, the signal chain. It doesn't add a lot of noise there. If I turn the gate up a little bit, I'm sure it doesn't pop as much. Same with the DBX 286s. But you can tell with the Aphex channel, it'll pop in. And then also with the depth all the way up, it's just the gate is way more obvious on the Aphex channel than the DBX 286s, which is what you're listening to right now. So I should actually rearrange these so that it makes more sense. So when I click on the top, it's the Aphex channel. And when you click on the bottom, it's the DBX 286s. And here comes another jet flying by. So this time I'll let the DBX 286s handle the jet noise for gating. All right, so that's that's pretty much the lowest on the threshold for the expander gate for the DBX 286s. Switching back over to the Aphex channel. What I do like about the Aphex channel is that there's a little bit more air to my voice. I'm not really sure how to explain it. I want to make sure that the bass from the big bottom is not too overwhelming. The same thing with the DBX 286s. The bass is about the same for the lower frequency detail compared to the big bottom. And so you can hear me kind of clicking between the two here on my version of Logic Pro. And here, if I turn the parametric EQ up on the Aphex channel, it just adds a little bit of clarity to my voice. But again, the poppiness of the gate and the chattering of the gate is just too distracting for me. It outweighs the benefits of the vocal processing. So if I had a higher end room, I would definitely recommend the Aphex channel for those who have properly treated rooms. But for those who don't, the DBX 286s is a really good choice because it's a lot cheaper than the Aphex channel. You can get a lot of things with the difference in price on the DBX 286s, and it has a better noise gate for those who don't have properly treated rooms like myself. So a quick shout out to the customer support over at Sweetwater for sending the second unit. They tested it. I'm not sure what they tested, but I think they might have had the depth down, so you can't hear the popping, but I had the depth all the way up, and you can hear the chattering of the noise gate on the Aphex channel. So I'll probably have to give them a call to return this. If you have a properly treated room, I would say the Aphex channel is the way to go because the noise processing on this is really good compared to the DBX 286s, at least to my ears. This is the DBX 286s. The Aphex channel has a little bit more airiness to it, which I like. And the noise gate for me is just useless. If you have a properly treated room, the Aphex channel is definitely for you. If you're a budget person like me, the DBX 286 is definitely a way to go because it's a lot cheaper and the noise gate is top notch. You may have to dial in your lower frequency and high frequency detail and then compensate with the EQ on the DAW if you want to have somewhat similar results of the Aphex channel. Anyways, this was a test of the replacement unit sent by Sweetwater. So thanks again to the customer support team and Ian there. I think I'll be training this out for another DBX 286s. If you like this type of content, please click on subscribe. And if you have any questions, please put them below and I'll try to answer them. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.